Hello world. Hello. Thank you for choosing to spend some of your time with me. Thank you so much. Okay, today is really incredible. It's really beautiful. It's morning here. It's like 8 a.m. and I'm just taking a dip in the ocean. I'm absorbing the energy from the ocean, from the sunlight, from my environment, just being one with it. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about something really life-giving, something that supplies tremendous amounts of energy to us if we allow it to, if we connect with it. And of course, it's an element of nature. It's an element of nature, and you already know what it is. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the energies, the powers that we get from bodies of water, such as oceans, lakes, rivers, lagoons, whatever you choose to swim in or submerge your body into within nature. And I'm gonna talk about like how we get energy from these bodies of water, and I'm going to explain some of the energy dynamics of it, and I'm going to also talk about how we can connect other practices to this to enhance the life-giving energy that it can give us. And in this video, I'm going to start simply on nutrition, like the nutrition that you get from the ocean. And when I say nutrition, I'm not talking about eating food. I'm talking about absorbing nutrition directly through your skin just by being in the water. And secondly, I'm going to talk about the energy that you get from the ocean when you're submerged in it. And when I say energy, I'm not talking about food energy. I'm talking like direct energy. You're directly receiving energy. And lastly, the second part is going to be the most scientific part. I'm going to talk a little bit about the physics involved, but the last part of the video, the third part, is going to be the more esoteric stuff, the stuff that's more difficult to understand or comprehend. And when I say the more esoteric stuff, I'm talking about like the esoteric practices like sun gazing, using it and combining it with the ocean to enhance its effects. And I'm also talking about meditation, like using the ocean to enhance and superpower your meditation. So let's get right to this. Let's get right to it. All right, so I'll start with nutrition. All right, when you're in the ocean, when you're submerged in the ocean, your skin is exposed to the ocean. It's exposed to all of the water, and water in the ocean is antibacterial. It means it kills most bacteria that are harmful to you can't live in ocean water. So in that way, it cleans your skin. And also in the ocean is a place that's very high in nutrients, minerals, things that we need to keep us going, to keep us healthy. And I'm talking like hundreds of minerals and vitamins and things that the body needs. And when you're submerged in the water, you're absorbing all of this directly through your skin. In many cases, your skin is more permeable than your stomach to nutrition if you're in the right environment. And one example of that is if you've ever gotten hurt, like sprain your ankle, you may have submerged your foot in a magnesium water soak. And the reason why you do that, or like the logic behind that, is that your skin is more permeable to magnesium than your stomach is. That's why they don't just tell you to eat vegetables to get your magnesium to make your injury heal. They have you to soak your foot into the water because your skin is by far more permeable to magnesium. And I don't think it's just magnesium. I think because like if permeability is affected by like if there's like a deficiency, and usually many of us are deficient in magnesium because we get magnesium mostly from vegetables and nuts, things like this, and a lot of us, we don't eat enough of it. So if you're deficient, you're going to be more permeable. It's just like if you're hungry, you can eat more. Like your body is very intelligent. It knows what it needs, and it increases permeability or decreases permeability for different nutrients based on its demands and based on its needs. So just by being in the water, not just magnesium, but pretty much anything that you need, if there's a demand for it, your permeability will increase and you'll absorb more of it directly from the ocean. And you know, you're in the ocean and you're basically you're eating just by being in the water directly through your skin. Your skin is the largest organ of your body, and it's some amazing capabilities that we don't tap into as much as we should. And like if you've been abusing your stomach, eating like, you know, harsh stuff throughout your life, your stomach probably has less permeability to a lot of things anyway, and it may be a good idea to start using your skin to satisfy your nutrition needs and absorb your nutrition directly through your skin. Give your stomach a break, allow it to heal itself. Okay, so enough about nutrition. Now I'm going to talk about energy, like directly absorbing energy from the ocean. All right, and in order for me to talk about absorbing energy from the ocean, I have to explain how energetic the ocean is. All right, so let's break down the ocean. Again, it's going to be a little bit of physics in this. Let's break down the ocean, the energetics of the ocean. And if you know something else, or if I missed something else, you know, drop it in the comments. I welcome that. Okay, so first of all, the ocean is a huge body of water. And if you've watched my other videos, I mention often that water is a battery. Water is a battery. And what do I mean by that? Water or a battery can easily store energy, radiation. So it's just a big storage system for energy, water. All right, and the ocean is a highly electrical, highly energetic place. The ocean, it has lots of electrolytes in it. You know, electrolytes, especially salt. You taste ocean water is salty, so it's very rich in electrolytes. And what do electrolytes do? They allow the conduction and movement of electricity. So it's very electrolyte rich. What else does it have? The ocean is connected directly to the earth. The earth has a very, very huge supply of electrons, which is basically negative electricity. So the ocean has access to all those electrons coming from the earth because it's directly connected to it. And Like what's an electron? Electron, again, negative electricity, and it allows you to absorb. It helps absorb energy. You know, negative means you're absorbing, and positive means you're using or you're losing energy. Okay, so what else does the ocean have? Like, where is it getting its energy from? Well, one place that it's getting its energy from is the sun, 24/7. All through the day, the sun is supplying the ocean with energy. And like when the sunlight shines down on the ocean, if you know about the different spectrums of light, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, the red or the infrared portion, when it shines down onto water, the ocean, even the water in your body, it turns the water into a battery. And it turns it into a battery because it separates the negative from the positive charge. It's the infrared portion of light. Now, the UV portion of the light, if you have the UV portion, what it does is it makes the power of that battery, it increases the power of that battery. So the infrared makes the battery, the UV superpowers the battery. And the ocean is consistently getting that energy put into it by the sun. And there may be other sources of energy coming into it, but I'm just right now focusing on the sun. Okay, and so water's a battery. I say all that to say that water's a battery, and I explained to you some of the energies that come into water to make it a battery. Okay, so why did I just explain to you that water's a battery? All right, when you put your body into the water, your body is 80+% water. So when you're in the water, you basically become the ocean. You become the ocean. And all that energy that the ocean possesses, you now possess it. You become the ocean. You have all this infinite power, all this infinite amounts of energy. You become the ocean. You know how they say, you're not a drop in the ocean. You're ocean in a drop. You literally are, in this case, in terms of energy. All right, and just by being in, you get all of this energy. So if you have like health issues, it starts fixing those issues, because a lot of problems that health problems and things that we have is just a deficiency of energy. And by putting yourself in an energy rich place, you can fix a lot of this stuff. And even if you just need a higher level of thinking, you need more energy for thinking, it's a good place for that as well. Or even a higher level to practice or focus on your spiritual needs. It's a good place for that, and I'll go into it a little bit later in the video. Okay, so that's energy. That's energy of the ocean, of the sea. All right. So what seas have even more energy? A cold sea. If the water's cold, the energy is increased. There's a lot more energy. And the reason why there's a lot more energy is because cold is a magnet. It makes the water more magnetic. So now that it's cold, it can store even more energy because it's magnetic, it's full of electrons, it's directly connected to the sun, and cold is very, very similar to magnetism. Think about the poles, north and south poles. They're magnets. Okay, and what else with this? Okay, and I talked about the energetics of water, and cold water is best. Well, cold water increases the magnetism. It takes it to the next level. Now I'm going to talk about the more esoteric things, and I'm going to share, I guess, a couple of my experiences in using them. All right, so I'm pretty sure if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm an avid sun gazer. I really get as much. I use that to its potential as far as I can take it safely. But with the sun gazing, I look for ways to make it safer. I look for ways to make it more powerful. And one thing that I do to make the effects of sun gazing more powerful is I submerge myself in bodies of water, especially the ocean. I just explained to you how electrical, how much energy is in the ocean, and I've said over and over, an electron is attracted to photons. So by making myself more negatively electric, I increase my ability to absorb the sunlight when I sun gaze. Like people think that, you know, a lot of people think that the sun, you know, is bad, it's dangerous and all this stuff, but I think that they just don't understand the sun. And one thing to understand about the sun is that if you lack electrons, you have lesser of an ability to absorb the sun. That means that even no matter what color your skin is, if you have a very big negative charge, you won't sunburn. You won't sunburn. So next time you're looking for ways to protect your skin, all this stuff, focus on building your negative charge so that you can absorb that sunlight. It's what you cannot use, or what's excessive is what does the damage. If you can use it, you can absorb it, and you can hold on to it, it does no damage. All it does is do good things, and it powers you. Okay, so why was I talking about this? Okay, so yes. With the sun gazing, by being in the water, you make yourself more negative, more electrical, so you can absorb the photons better because you have more electrons in your body. You're more magnetic to the photons. And like, think about this, like in the ocean, or think about this, your eyes have the highest concentration of DHA. What is DHA? DHA is like fish oil, and your eyes have the highest concentration of it. Your brain has the second highest concentration. Why do your eyes have the highest concentration of DHA? Well, first of all, what is DHA? What's DHA made of? DHA is it's a fat, a lipid, and it's one of the richest foods in electrons. Like when we eat DHA, we don't burn it as fat, like food fat, or like for energy. We store it. We store it in our eyes, we store it in our brains, we store it in our nervous systems, the light conducting pathways. And with DHA, we get DHA from the ocean, because the ocean is a very energetic environment. So anything that lives in the ocean, they tend to have lots of DHA. And the richest foods, the richest sources of DHA come from the cold water oceans. I just told you about cold ocean is even higher energy because of the magnetism, and all of the sea vegetables and the seafood from near the poles, they are high energy, and therefore the healthiest, because they put more energy into our bodies than other lower energy foods. Okay, so the reason why I say all of that is to explain DHA. DHA is extremely high in electrons, very dense in electrons. And our eyes have the highest concentration of DHA, and the reason why our eyes have the highest concentration of DHA is because our eyes constantly suck in light. They must have a huge amount of electrons to suck in all of that light to allow us to see. And also to allow us to sun gaze. For us, that sun gaze. Having all these electrons in your eyes will allow you to absorb that sunlight more safely. All right, and me, a couple of years ago, something I used to do that I don't really do much nowadays because of the situation that I'm in. I'm kind of moving around a little bit, so it's really difficult for me to keep my practices up that I've done. Was I would submerge myself in a tub of ice, basically cold adaptation. And the reason why I would do that is to make myself more magnetic. You may see, like on TV, a lot of athletes doing this as well, and that's the purpose of it, to recharge their bodies after like the really tough competitive event. Well, with that, a couple of years ago, I used to do that, and I used to wake up every other day or 3 times a week, and I would I have my big bucket of water, and I would have it sitting on my balcony, and I would sit my body into the water, and I would get my bottles of ice, and I would fill my bucket of water with ice, and I would basically just freeze myself. And lucky for me at that time, I had the sunlight directly in front of my window at my balcony, so I was able to sit in my tub of ice, cold adapt, and stare directly into the sun. And during those times, I had some of the most incredible states of mind that I've ever had in my life. Like, I felt my mind was so peaceful, so at ease. Like, I felt like nothing could break me, nothing could cut my concentration. I thought about things that I never imagined that I would even think about doing this practice. It was like it took me into like a deep meditative state. It was like a transcendental meditation. Like, I just really felt like I was separating myself from my body as I did this, and it was so incredible. And I became well, it's kind of difficult to become addicted to it because sitting in a tub of ice is tough if you're not used to it. But I woke up and I would just jump in because I looked forward to it, because I knew how incredible and how powerful it would be. So I had no trouble jumping, like, ooh, cold water, like, and just start relaxing, and then my mind just takes off into like just incredible places, and my state of being, my state of well-being, it would carry over for like a couple of days. And like I would go to work and I would just be just like in bliss at work, just feeling good at work, because my mind, my state of mind would be incredible. And I like, I was able to block out a lot of like any type of draining energies that you experience at work, from the work demands and the people that maybe they are having some type of difficulties in their lives. But that was like an incredible, it was like a shield. It would just make me, I would feel invincible during those times. But I haven't done it in a while because I can't carry a bucket with me here traveling, and I don't have a freezer to store my ice. And also I'm in the tropics, so it's really not practical now. But I will continue later, I guess, when I go back to the matrix and I have to get energy from other, I have to really focus on getting energy from other sources. Because of me, I'm going to be inside more, so I'll have to really start adopting and using those things again, but not now. I have nature here, and I'm just going to really focus on it and just soak it in and absorb it while I have it. Okay, and lastly, the last thing I'll talk about is meditation, using the ocean to meditate. Like I mentioned to you before at the beginning of the video, like when you're in the ocean, you become the ocean. They say you're not a drop in the ocean, you're ocean in the drop. well, you actually become the ocean in the drop. You become the ocean, you absorb all that energy, so it takes care of you. It starts taking care of all of your nutritional needs, your emotional demands. Like, you just feel so at peace. Like, I feel really at peace now just standing in this water. I've been standing in this water for like an hour and doing this video and just being in it. I got in to enjoy myself. But by being in the water, you can meditate, and it'll take you to different states of consciousness that you would have a very difficult time getting to if you were outside of the water. Like, you're there much quicker, and you stay there. Like, even like right now, I can honestly say that my consciousness is very altered. Very altered. I feel extremely calm and at ease with myself, more so than I usually do. And it's from being in this body of water. And again, you can use it for meditation, to enhance your meditation, to put you in states of minds that you don't normally get to. And those states of minds, I can tell you, well, mine is very good. Okay, and here's a meditative technique that you can use when you're in the ocean. This is coming straight from me. I haven't read this from anywhere, but it's pretty good, I think. Next time you're in the ocean and you do meditation, you do something where you're focusing, you're concentrating on fixing a problem, or you're just trying to calm yourself, relax yourself, and just feel good. Imagine, like, if you have to close your eyes, do so. If you don't need to, you have a good imagination, use that. But when you're in the ocean, just imagine you becoming the water. Like, imagine yourself not existing. Imagine yourself as the ocean. You have no legs, you have no arms, you have no body. You are the ocean. You are one with the ocean. And when you do that and you focus on that, it really just takes you away from reality, and it puts you in just like a extremely serene state of mind, state of consciousness. And I've done this quite a few times just swimming. I'll just swim underwater and just be a fish, and just be a part of the water, and just go with it, and let my mind just go and be free and do its own thing. And after I do that, I come out of the water and I feel like a new person. It feels just incredible. It feels incredible. And like, if I was tired, oftentimes something I've noticed, like I'm spending lots of time in the ocean nowadays, and something that I notice is that I could be like tired, and I get into the ocean, and then I swim, and then come back. Don't even have to swim, just walk in and stay in it, and I come back out. I just feel like a new person, just a brand new person. And even some of the friends that I made here, I've been here for a few weeks. They're following my example, and they're using the ocean to recharge themselves. Like, they'll like spend all night partying or whatever, and then they immediately get out of their beds and they come and they get into the ocean. And I think they saw me doing it, and then I kind of talked about it, and they were inspired. So, just food for thought. All right, so video is pretty long, so I'll stop here. I appreciate you for taking your time to listen. I hope you learned something from this. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, browse my channel. Please let me know what you think. If you know other things that I do not know or that I miss, please share it with me. Please share it with us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I love you. Love yourself. I'll see you next time. I'm gone.